All right, welcome everybody. Christian Pankhurst here. And in this short video, I want to introduce you to and have an interview here with Simon Gale. Now, what I've been asked about a lot, actually by the women in our community is, why isn't there as many men doing this important heart intelligent work than women? And I think there are many reasons for that. We're not going to go into it so much, but this really is a film dedicated to all the men out there that I believe could really benefit from heart intelligence. So the reason why Simon is here is because I want to share with him his journey in this work. First starting, feeling resistant, not knowing maybe the reason why it would benefit him or what it could do for him. And then seeing his journey over the years in this work to perhaps inspire some of the men out there to have the courage to dare open and follow their hearts as well. So without further ado, let me introduce you, Simon Gale. Thank you, Simon, for doing this with me.
Thank you, wonderful.
So tell me a little bit about when was it when you started this work, and how did you get it? How did you get into it?
Yeah.
I know it had something to do with your lovely wife.
Yeah.
As it often does.
I just have this memory of my wife going off to your retreats, and each time she came back, she felt different, or I felt different. At the time, I believed it was her, but something was moving in me, and curiosity came in. And
when you said something different, were you like annoyed that she was coming back?
Completely annoyed.
Okay.
Angry to the point that I remember writing this letter to you. Really angry. What have you done to my relationship? What have you done to my wife? And I get it now. There was nothing to do, but
what was going on? What was she coming back with? Was she feeling?
It was just. There just seemed to be so much more available for her, and not me.
Interesting.
And that felt, tight. I felt anger, frustration, as the letter. And so many different things going on. And it was at a critical time in my life, where, I don't know, it was like I'd got to this place where nothing kind of inspired me or lit my bubble or passion anymore. It was dead. It was like numb. And I could see this change in her, and it was so interesting,
So what made you take that first step to come to one of those retreats all those years ago?
It's like the barrage of like, Christian, and this work, and you should really just try it, and and for a man that's really difficult.
I get it.
I remember that moment that she actually managed to persuade me to go, let alone actually make the journey to the retreat centre. But and the everything was going on, and I thought, what can you do for me? What can a young, someone in their 30s do for someone in their late 40s? That was reasonably successful, had this great family and relationship, but knew there was more. So I was curious, and that took over me.
So then you came to that first retreat, and what happened? What was your experience? What did you get from it?
Yeah, just wow. Yeah, I'd just love to share with you that I remember that moment of being dragged in there, kind of kicking and screaming and thinking, I'm already heart intelligent. What more can this guy share with me? And I'll share those words again that I shared earlier in the earlier video, that hey, this guy comes in, young, sits down, and I'm thinking, he's kind of like, looks younger than my eldest son. What benefit am I possibly going to get from our time together? But again, those little words came out, and that was simply, what if the purpose of life was to enjoy? What if the purpose of life was to enjoy it every moment? What if that were possible? And something kind of changed in me. I don't know, it's weird. It's like, have you ever had a light bulb moment? Like it was like, oh my God, I get it. I've kind of accepted this mundane life, this, not mundane, but it was okay.
You're settling for less.
Yeah.
So obviously in the last, because it was only been a few years now, so in these few years, some passion has been reignited. You're on fire.
Yeah.
And here we are, and you're in the heart of Heart Kitchen. And here you are taking heart intelligence, merging it with food, and taking it out to the world with your own message, your own unique gift and style.
Yeah.
I just think it's amazing.
Wow.
And you also, not only after doing the retreats, having your own life changed, you also joined the academy, our coach
Yeah.
training academy,
Yeah,
became
wow.
a certified coach. So you've got all the way with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What has the journey been like for you?
Wow, turbulent. You know, it's like that
Yes.
from that moment of resistance, or I didn't really know what resistance was.
Yeah.
That just felt like something normal in my life.
Yeah.
And then to start to explore, allow myself, give myself permission to start, I suppose, feel more. Start to feel more of who I truly am.
Yeah.
And that journey just kind of unfolded, and wow, as I remember leaving the first retreat thinking, oh my God, I can't wait till the next one.
I know,
It's
isn't
like
it amazing?
something amazing happened in that weekend.
Yeah.
And it still does. It's everything unfolds a little bit more, a little bit more. I love the journey. I really, you know, I've kind of learned that part of me that just wanted to hold things down, kind of be okay, but realizing there's more to me than just that, more to life than just that.
Wow.
I find this work truly incredible.
Yeah, I get that. I can see it in
yeah,
your eyes.
it's like, wow.
Now, your wife told me, Sue, beautiful woman she is, she said that without heart intelligence, your relationship would not have continued.
Yeah,
Do you see that as being true? Do you agree with her?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
why do you think that is?
Yeah. It's interesting, you know, when I take the time just to look back now or feel back to that moment where she shared those words. It's kind of like I have a choice whether to stay there or show up for her and for me and for my family. Just something in that moment changed.
I mean, what did you change in your life, in you, in order to be more available to her? Because I know you've said in the past that you're a little bit more distant and not available, but now things have moved. And I know it's a work in progress, it always is, isn't it? You know, it's not as if we've arrived and ta-da, we're now the perfect man. I know that's not the case. But what are some of the changes that you've experienced that allows you to show up more in life for her and for your gift and for everybody else in your world?
Great. The capacity to, I've really kind of taken on board that to trust my heart, trust my feelings, you know, like gut feeling.
Yeah, got it.
That bit that I pushed away, the bit that born worries and regrets around my life. I didn't trust myself, my intuition. I wasn't willing to go there. And these messages come and go all the time, irrelevant whether you're heart intelligent or not.
Yeah, of course.
They're part of us. It's just understanding and practicing, and learning to just trust that everything will be okay, no matter what. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And do you feel now more emotionally available for
Yeah.
your family and
Yeah.
your employees and your wife?
Christian, if this would be true, that we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, we wouldn't be together in this kitchen here having this conversation, if that weren't true, that I am now connected more, more to my emotions, more to my feelings. I've got more awareness around me, that kind of gives me the ability to have more awareness of what's happening also around me.
Yeah.
It's that lovely little thing that you share quite often, you know, exploring or expanding that part of me, parts of my range that I was so reluctant, so in my stuff to kind of want to be in. I now get a choice to express those parts of me, to kind of be in them, feel them, good or bad. I love it. I love that saying. You know, can I find joy in my sadness? Yeah. I'm not trying to take sadness away anymore. Just bringing more joy into that sadness, feeling the sadness, knowing that everything will be okay.
Yeah. So really accepting who you are as you are.
Yeah. Warts and all.
Warts and all. Wonderful. Well, let's leave it there. I know that it's getting on here and the film crew has to pack up, but I just want to say thank you. Not just for this short interview, but for your dedication, commitment to this work, and for taking it into the world in your own special way. And I really do hope that the men listening to this are inspired to follow suit and to take their own journey into heart intelligence and to bring their gifts into the world fully, because, you know, the world is now calling us men to, you know, show up. And I think it's time. It's our time. So with that, thank you, and I'll see you at a future event or in a future course or in some future webinar of whatever. So take good care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Wow.